Hi guys, in this video I will learn about introduction to CSS web development. Content, CSS introduction, CSS selectors, way to insert CSS, CSS properties, summary, text formatting, CSS introduction. Take control of the style of your page, including the colors and size of fonts, the width and colors of lines, and the amount of space between items on the page. Allow you to specify rules that say how the content of element within your document should appear. CSS rule made up of two parts: the selector, which indicates which element or elements that declaration applies to. If it applies to more than one element, you can have a comma spared list of several elements. The declaration, which sets out how the element referred to in the lecture should be styled. The declaration has two parts paired by a colon. One a property, second a value, which is a property of the selected element that you want to affect, in this case the width property. A value, which is a specification for this property. In this case, it is that the table cells should be 36 pixels wide. Selector TD declaration width 6, 36 pixels. Property value, that is property. This is value. This is property. Next, CSS introduction. HTML was never intended to contain text for formatting a document. It was intended to define the content of document. The style definitions are normally saved in external CSS file. A CSS declaration always ends with a semicolon and declaration group are surrounded by curly brace. That is main. Next, CSS Selector. CSS selectors are used to find or select HTML elements based on their ID, class, type, attribute, and more. Universal selector. The universal selector is an asterisk. It is like a wildcard and matches all element types document. Sample criteria is given. The element type selector based on the element name. For example, paragraph text align center color red. All paragraph elements will be center aligned with a red text color. The ID selector, the uses the ID attribute of an HTML element. The following applied to HTML element with ID parallel number text align center color red text. Next part is the class selector. Select element with a specific class attribute. All HTML element class is equal to center will be a center aligned. Center, X line center, color red. Grouping selectors. You can group the selectors to minimize the code to group selectors separate each selector with a comma. Example is given. Heading 1 text align center color red. Heading 2 text align center color red. Paragraph text align center color red. Heading 1, heading 2 paragraph text align center color red. Curly. Ways to insert CSS. There are ways of inserting style sheet, external style sheet, internal style sheet, inline style. Ideal when Ideal when the style is applied to many pages. It, I mean, Ideal when the style is applied to many pages. The file should not contain any HTML text. The style sheet file must be shared with a CSS extension. Each page must include a link to the style sheet with the link tag. For example, head link relation is equal to style sheet type is equal to text CSS href mystyle.ss head closing tag internal style sheet used when a single document has a unique style. Define internal style in the head section of an HTML page inside the style tag. For example, head tag, style tag, body, background color, linen, clothing tag, heading 1, color maroon, margin left, 40 pixel, style tag, head tag, clothing tag, inline style. Loses many of the advantage of a style sheets by mixing content with presentation. Use this method sparingly. The style attribute can contain any CSS property. For example, heading 1 style is equal to color below, margin left 30 pixel. This is a heading closing tag. Actual.